Ephesians chapter 1, please. Ephesians chapter 1. One of the most famous texts of Calvinism, proving that we are predestinated for salvation long before the foundation of the world. That's a Calvinist argument. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 1. Ephesians chapter 1. And we will look at verse 4. Ephesians chapter 1, and we will look at verse 4. Notice the Bible says, according as He hath chosen us in Him. Notice right here, God chose, He elected His saved people, His elect. When? Before the foundation of the world. You see, not long before creation. Thus proving the Calvinistic point that God already elected who will be saved, who will be lost, long before the creation of the world. That we should be holy and without blame before Him in love. And notice, because of that, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Jesus Christ to Himself, according to the good pleasure of His will. Notice right here that thus, verse 5, you are predestinated. You see that? You're predestinated. So God already predestined long time ago who will be saved, who will be lost. So that's the Calvinistic interpretations for Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4 through 5. Now, you know what the simple answer is? It's not difficult. It's easier than you think, okay? All right. Look at Ephesians 1, verse 4. Who did He predestinate? Who did He choose before the foundation of the world? I'll tell you who He selected. He elected and predestinated long before the foundation of the world. All right? Verse 4. According as He has chosen us, who is the us? In Him.
Right.
In Him. This is very easy, okay? Long before the world was created, God already chose, all right, those that are saved in Jesus Christ, that they will be what? That they will be chosen, they will go to heaven.
Right.
Yeah, what is Jesus Christ going to say? Okay, long before the foundation of the world, these lost people, that they're going to come up to heaven with me? No, He says those who receive Jesus Christ for their salvation, those who are in Him, will come up to heaven with me. Simple. See, there's a condition involved again. The Calvinists, they automatically, I told you this is a key fault with every Calvinistic verse. Whenever they look up a verse that has predestination or election, the key fault is this. Try to find in that verse if there's a condition involved.
Right.
And once you find a condition involved in every verse they use, that automatically changes the whole interpretation.
Right.
You see that? And in every verse there is a condition. Even John 3:16 through 20, which James White argued that this is only the saved elect. But no, the condition is involved, those who believe in Him. You see? So that's the simple fault. Now here's the thing, all right? Once you are chosen, okay, once you are saved in Jesus Christ, what happens? You are chosen in Him to be what? Holy, without blame before Him in love, all right? Now look at this. Having predestinated us, what did He predestinate you to become, all right? He predestinated you to become His adopted sons. So predestination, in other words, your destiny is already made. It cannot be changed, all right? Now Calvinists, they argue this. Before the foundation of the world, God already made your destiny. Your destiny is already made. You're going to be what? Part of the elect. No. You know what God already determined your destiny to be? Verse 4, you are in Him, those who believe in Jesus Christ. Once you do that, He chose you, and your destiny is already made to be what? The adoption of children by Jesus Christ. So when you are saved in Jesus Christ, you know what your destiny is already made to be? To become His son, period. I'm sorry, you can't lose your sonship. Right. You cannot become a child of God into a child of hell. It's already, see, predestinate. Destiny already made to become what? His child. That's what it is. He made your destiny to be. Become the adoption of children by Jesus Christ. It is true, when you are saved in Jesus Christ, your destiny is already made. You are transformed into becoming His child, especially at the rapture, literally. Go to 1 John 3. 1 John chapter 3. We will look at 1 John chapter 3. 1 John chapter 3, and we will look at verse 2. 1 John chapter 3, and we will look at verse 2. Notice right here that you are transformed into becoming His son, His child. All right? 1 John chapter 3, and we will look at verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God. Notice that there's a destiny involved. And it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Notice right here that our destiny is already made, what? To become like him, his body. Literally, as him, sons of God. You see that? So your destiny is already made. The predestination is that you're going to become God's child, and you're going to literally, and I mean literally speaking to at the rapture, be his child, face to face, you know. I mean, great verse for eternal security. But it's so amazing that what can be a great verse for eternal security that assure us that my destiny is already made, that I'm going to be raptured and be conformed to his image as his son, not only spiritually but literally as well. What's so sad is that transforms into a verse for a heresy called Calvinism, an error called Calvinism. That's sad. That's sad. So you know what? The thing is this, is that what's very sad is there are verses in the Bible that God intended as great promises to his children. But what's amazing is that the devil can, which he always has been doing from the beginning, twist the scriptures and turn it into a destruction rather than a blessing instead. Now, this verse right here, what's the simple interpretation for Ephesians 1? Some Calvinists got mad at me for showing how John 6 does not prove Calvinism. And they went to different verses like John 1:12 and Ephesians 1 and etc. But when you look at those verses, what it's showing you is this, that there's a condition involved, believing in Jesus Christ. And once you do that, guess what? Your destiny is made to become his child. And that destiny can never ever be changed. Never ever be changed. That is what I'm Calvinist about, is that he already set my destiny once I believed in Jesus Christ.